Please sit down. Please take your seats. A very good afternoon to everyone present here. This is Keetna S. from 2nd BCom, your MC for this session. I hope you all had a refreshing lunch break and are geared up for this exciting and enriching afternoon. On behalf of the Department of Commerce SFS of Madras Christian College, it is my great privilege to welcome you back to the Anderson Hall for the session, our much-awaited conference at Insignia 2025. This conference is not just a platform for academic discourse, but also a celebration of ideas, innovation, and leadership. Our first session this morning set the tone beautifully, and we are thrilled to carry the momentum into the afternoon. This afternoon, our focus shifts to a subject of enormous significance in today's world: emerging trends in green entrepreneurship. To formally extend our welcome to our distinguished guest, and to all of you gathered here, may I invite Ms. Madhulika from 2nd BCom ANF to deliver the welcome address.
A very warm good afternoon to everyone present here, respected dignitaries on the dais, honorable faculty members, and everyone gathered here. It is with immense joy and gratitude that I welcome each one of you present here to the conference and Insignia 2025. Every gathering becomes more meaningful when graced by someone who inspires and uplifts through their work and wisdom. With that thought, it is with great admiration and absolute honor that I introduce to you the chief guest for this afternoon, Ms. Krishnapriya A., co-founder of Spreco Recycling. Mrs. Krishnapriya is an environmental engineer with 8+ years of experience in the waste management sector. Her passion for sustainability and commitment to solving global waste management problems led her to co-found Spreco Recycling Private Limited. She's a certified True Advisor and has worked with 18+ True projects and has helped campuses to implement global standards in waste management practices. Spreco is a startup dedicated to revolutionizing waste management solutions and promoting a circular economy. It is a social enterprise being built by a team of vibrant professionals working towards creating an inclusive and formal waste management ecosystem. The team strongly believes in empowering and integrating the informal waste workers, who are the pillars of waste collection and recovery, into a formal system. With an enduring commitment to sustainability, the team has successfully processed and recycled 10 lakh kgs of waste, contributing to the preservation of environment and reduction of waste. Mrs. Krishnapriya is committed to building zero waste campuses in communities, working to raise awareness about the importance of sustainable waste management practices. With her deep understanding of the challenges and opportunities in the industry, she is well equipped to provide insights and practical solutions for a greener future. Everyone, kindly join me in extending a warm round of applause as we welcome Mrs. Krishnapriya A. to share her journey, insights, and vision with us.
Thank you, Ms. Madhulika, for your warm and thoughtful words. Before we hear from our esteemed speaker, to honor our guest as a token of our appreciation and respect, may I now invite Dr. Zeenat Zarina ma'am to offer the memento and bouquet to our chief guest. Thank you, ma'am. Before inviting our chief guest for the speak, there will be a short Q&A session at the end of this session, so please beware and be ready to answer the questions. So with the memento being presented, now it's time for what we have been waiting for: an insightful and thought-provoking address on emerging trends in green entrepreneurship. Mrs. Krishnapriya A., may I most respectfully invite you to share your experience and expertise with us, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon. What language are you guys comfortable in? Tamil, English? கேட்கல தமிழே ஓகேவா சூப்பர். லஞ்ச் முடிச்சு பயங்கரமாக தூங்கலான்னு பிளான் பண்ணி வந்திருக்கீங்களா இல்லை கேட்கலான்னு பிளான் பண்ணி வந்திருக்கீங்களா? தூங்க போறீங்களா கேட்க போறீங்களா? கேட்கல, யாரோ ஒருத்தர் சொல்லுங்க பார்ப்போம். தூங்க தான் போறீங்களா இல்லையா? Okay, great. Thank you so much for the warm welcome and thank you so much for introducing me very nicely. I don't think so they hear it. But thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here and address you people. I think this is a group of first year to final years and also PG, right? Okay, great. So let me start. I mean, I have, of course, a PPT which I have made thinking that it will be useful to you, but I wanted to hear from you. What exactly you guys want to listen from me? You can pass around the mic. என்கிட்ட இருந்து என்ன நீங்க தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னு வந்திருக்கீங்க? எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சதை நான் இங்க சொல்லுவேன், பட் உங்களுக்கு என்ன தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னு தெரிஞ்சா அதுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி நான் பேசுவேன். நீங்க ஏதாவது கத்துக்கணும்னு வந்திருக்கீங்களா இந்த செஷனுக்கு? இல்ல கதை மட்டும் கேட்டுட்டு போவோன்னு வந்திருக்கீங்களா? Anybody from here? நோட்டு பெண்ணெல்லாம் வச்சுட்டு உட்காந்துருக்கீங்க பயங்கரமா. ஓ எல்லாருமே அப்படி தான் உட்காந்துருக்கீங்களா? சூப்பர். ஸோ வாட் யூ கைஸ் வாண்ட் டு லேர்ன் ஃப்ரம் மீ டுடே? இல்லையா? என்ன கோடெல்லாம் போட்டு பயங்கரமாக எழுதிருக்கீங்க. ஓகே நைஸ். ஸோ வாட் யூ கைஸ் வாண்ட் டு லேர்ன் ஃப்ரம் மீ? No, nothing. This side at least want to learn something today. You guys also don't want to learn anything, okay?
Challenges faced in establishing a green entrepreneurship venture, like the possible challenges that are faced in establishing a green entrepreneurship venture.
Okay, great. Okay, so one person has told that they want to know the challenges faced in establishing a green business. Okay, great. How many of you here want to do business after your education? Yarume illaya? Then why are we even doing this session here? Nobody wants to get into entrepreneurship? No? Ma'am, none of them want to go, become an entrepreneur. So should we continue with this session or not? We will? Okay. So absolutely nobody is looking to go into entrepreneurship? Somebody up? No? Okay. So let's that be the objective of the session. Post we do the session, I hope or believe some of people can become or think of becoming an entrepreneur at a later point. Okay? So great. I'm Krishna Priya and I'm the co-founder of Spreco Recycling. We are a waste management company, a clean tech startup who handle municipal solid waste, and I'll talk about what we do at a later point. We can just go to the next slide, please. Yeah, so what exactly is green entrepreneurship? So now we have moved towards entrepreneurship and there is multiple dimensions. Now it is green entrepreneurship. So what do you think is green entrepreneurship? Yes, I want the session to be interactive. It will be boring for me if I'm going to speak on and on. Yes? Oh, I have to stand in one place? Oh, okay. Should I go up? Huh? That will be good, but I'll not be able to see what is going next if I go up. I have to stay in one place, okay. Oh, so I'm not supposed to move. Great. So, yes, what is green entrepreneurship? Any idea what is green entrepreneurship? So any business that you can potentially plan about going in terms of sustainability. So how many of you know what sustainability is? I just need hands up. How many of you know what sustainability is? One? Only one person here knows. Two? Yes? Anybody knows beyond them what is sustainability? No? Okay. So sustainability in simple terms is that you use resources which is there, potentially available, and use that to make a product and make a business out of it. Don't overuse any resource. That is in simple terms put as sustainability. Next slide, please. So, of all the years, why is now we are talking about sustainability, and what is the importance of sustainability at this point in time? Why are we speaking a lot about sustainability, green businesses and all at this point in time? Thank you. Reason is, any guesses? What is the reason? Why are we now talking about green enterprises and sustainability a lot than in the previous years? Any guesses? No? Sorry? Climate change, yes. Wonderful. So now you have started facing the impact of improper businesses and having non-sustainable and unsustainable practices that we have done forever. And now we are feeling the brunt of it in terms of climate change, global warming, and natural resource depletion. And now we have come to a point that everybody, including institutions like us, should become sustainable and have sustainable practices. So what are the driving forces now? Now with sustainability, there's a lot of government organizations, and government has built in policies which can drive the business that can be done. Have you heard about ESG? What is ESG? You can read it from there also and say, what is ESG? Environment, social, and governance. So ESG is one of the primary driving forces in the current ecosystem by the government, by global standards, that every business, every organization, including colleges like us, to become sustainable and have reporting mechanisms in all this front. In environment, you have to report, and social, you have to report, and governance, you will have to report. And I think as commerce students, you guys will have a lot of potential opportunities in measuring all of these and reporting this for organizations. And there are several reporting standards. If you can see on the other side of the slide, there are several reporting standards that are getting developed. And there's a huge potential for reporting standards to emerge in the upcoming years. And you all will have a lot of potential in terms of building reporting standards, learning reporting standards, and working towards those reporting standards. One of the famous reporting standards is GRI, the Global Reporting Initiative. Most of the large MNCs work towards that particular standard. So there are also several reporting standards in India. So the BRSR is one of the most recent reporting standard launched by India a couple of years ago, and they made it now mandatory to 1,000 listed companies. You know what is a listed company? What is a listed company? You guys are commerce students, right? What is a listed company? Companies that are listed in the stock exchange. Yes, so top 1,000 companies in the stock exchange are supposed to have mandatory BRSR reporting. And BRSR is nothing but business responsibility and sustainability report. So these companies should voluntarily submit all the data that they have towards BRSR, and previously it was optional, and now it has become mandatory for top 1,000 companies. And now this mandatoriness will also be adding on multiple other companies that are listed in the stock exchange. So these guys are, they have several KPIs, key performance indicators, which includes GHG emissions. This is one of the primary sustainability rating that every company is supposed to measure. And measuring and reporting this has a huge scope because most of them don't know what these are. And they will always look at people like you to come up with measurements as well as reporting standards. So there are several macro trends that are there in the green business or green enterprise sector. Now the macro trends are largely towards, there are several market dynamics and objectives that are driving all of this. We'll look at each and every trend at a very brief level. So there is a huge potential in terms of business, and the growth rate of the business is also humongous in this area.
Before we go into all of that, I wanted you guys to have a quick look at this video. This video talks about what circular economy is. But before we jump into the video, who knows what circular economy is here? Anybody who knows what circular economy is? Anybody? Okay, I'll hope you'll answer after this video. If you're not, then I'll explain what it is. Can you play that video? Display ala?
really can rethink and redesign our future.
Great. So how was the video? How many of you understood the video? How many of you slept after the video? I don't see any faces active after the video. What, you used the time to sleep off? How many of you understood the video? In the gallery, any answers? Everyone understood? So what is circular economy now? What did the video show you is circular economy? Someone wants to answer? Yes?
Where waste is regenerated to make something useful so that nothing lands in the landfills, like everything is used.
Got it. So that is circular economy. So circular economy is nothing but you make a resource, you use it, and the resource comes back as something else to the system that made it. You don't really end up everything. You don't take, make, and waste it. You take, make, you then reuse it, recycle it back into the system so that you don't really have the amount of landfills and amount of waste that's coming out just like now. So one of the major trends for shift of our opportunities for you in green enterprise is circular economy, and this is where Spreco also does its operations. In the circular economy, there are several business models. You can give product as a service, you can do resource recovery, repair and refurbishment. So resource recovery, repair and refurbishment is something that we are working on as an organization. Voila. So trend 2 is rise of renewable energy solutions. So what's renewable energy? What is renewable and non-renewable? Examples? Yes? Solar is renewable. What is a non-renewable energy? Energy from coal-based resources are non-renewable. Why are they non-renewable? Why is coal non-renewable? At a certain point, coal can be depleted. After one point, we will not be able to mine any more coal. So coal is a non-renewable resource. Solar power, which is sunlight, until the world functions, we are going to get sunlight. So that's a renewable source of energy. So there's a lot of solar-based startups and enterprises coming up. And what you guys can also think about is how can these solar cells function at a later point, and how can these resources be utilized. And then you have a lot of wind turbines that is coming up on the ocean, on the soil, and there is green hydrogen. So green hydrogen has a lot of potential because mobility is booming like crazy, and green hydrogen has become one important fuel source in which all of this can be run. Sustainable agriculture and food system. So agriculture, to the best possible way, we have tried polluting it. So now there is a lot of startups working towards, depolluting all these agricultural mechanisms that we have been using for so far. So there are several innovations like vertical farming, regenerative agriculture, and plant-based and alternative proteins. So these are segments which are booming, and there are several startups already working in all of these spaces. Trend 4 is eco-friendly fashion and materials. So there is a lot of research going towards mycelium. So mycelium is nothing but mushrooms. So how mushrooms can be used towards packaging, towards fabric. So all of this is something which is in research stage. And there are several startups at early stage who are also working on products based off myceliums. And there are also a lot of opportunity in recycled textiles. So that's also something, one of the activities that Spreco does. Sustainable packaging. So packaging waste has been enormous with all this e-commerce platforms coming into picture, all your Blinkits, all your Zeptos have been creating a lot of packaging waste across all the places. So all of this is something that we are trying to address with sustainable packaging. So sustainable packaging also as an enterprise is booming. The role of technology in green entrepreneurship. So there's a lot of artificial intelligence, machine learning that is going into all of these technologies, and all of these technologies are trying to optimize the operations. So AI, ML, and IoT, all of this are going to be used for establishing and optimizing all the solutions that we are trying to address. So there are several case studies in green innovation. So 2 examples we would like to see. One is Patagonia. Patagonia is a textile brand if you know of. They were the first movers in terms of reuse, that is the second-hand sell of clothes that are there. So how many of you buy second-hand? So it's called thrifting. So how many of you thrift? If we can put it that way. So how many of you thrift? Do you guys know what's a second-hand market? Yes, no? Have you guys heard about second-hand markets? You've heard? How many of you shop in second-hand markets? 1. I do shop, so I can raise my hand. So how many of you shop? You shop? There's very few hands that I see. So there's one myth in second-hand shopping that, people, even if they buy, they don't tell out because they feel that it is something degrading that you're purchasing second-hand. So second-hand store, so we run a second-hand store, right? We run a thrift store where we sell a lot of clothes, toys, several other accessories, books, a lot more. So second-hand stores are becoming, as a culture, they are building in India very recently because Indians as a culture, we don't believe in buying second-hand, right? We feel that, second-hand clothes are basically cursed. So all that notion is something that we have to shed and it's all a myth. So buying second-hand, which is fully functional products or with minor repair, if you can use these products, we should start thrifting because thrifting allows a lot of resources not ending up in the landfill. So there are also several challenges when you start green businesses, right? There might be upfront a lot of capital expenses that goes into business, and there are several other practices that doesn't really give you money immediately, but in the long run they might be sustainable. But there are a lot of issues and challenges when you start such businesses. So initially there's high upfront cost that is going into the businesses. There is the one that I was just referring. Thrifting as a business, we cannot sustain because people don't really believe in thrifting. So there is a lot of consumer behavior that is there involved in all the green businesses. There is regulatory complexity. So if people are innovating in green businesses, say for example, you are launching a new solar product, I'm launching a new recycling product. Government doesn't know what to do with that product because it is new. Because they have never seen such a product in the market. They don't know whether consumers will buy. They don't know what technology it is. So government also puts out a lot of policy pressures on people like innovators or startups to see that they don't sort of give a go-ahead quickly because they don't know what it is. They don't have the mechanism to validate what we are trying to say. So all of these are challenges that we have that we still face. And scaling up. So as we told, all of this is new business, new products. Scaling this up, getting a market to it and that market accepting that product also is a challenge. So how do we succeed in green businesses? So one particular strategy to succeed in entrepreneurship itself is you have to focus on one particular product that you want to build and you have to have a complete focus on that product, and any challenges for the product that's coming, you will have to find and solve those product challenges. So let's jump into what Spreco does, right? So anybody has one curiosity to know what does Spreco mean? No curiosity to know what Spreco is meaning? No? Okay, then tell me what is Spreco. You guys don't know, and one full word is there and you don't want to know what that word means also. So quickly find out what is Spreco. You all have phones in your hands, no? Find what is Spreco. Let us see who finds it first. Anybody figured out what Spreco is? Yes, no? No? Yes, it is waste. So Spreco means waste in Latin. So that's how the organization was named. So we are Spreco Recycling Private Limited. We handle primarily municipal solid waste. So we are a social enterprise. We work with integrating informal waste workers in the waste supply chain and give them dignified livelihoods. We specialize in handling municipal solid waste, for example, paper, plastic, metal, fabrics, and organic waste. So how many of you know what is a sustainable development goal? You guys know what is SDG? Anybody knows what is SDG? This side? Anybody? So you guys don't know what is SDG? And SDGs have been in the world for 10, 15 years now. You guys don't know? I can take answers from professors as well. Anybody? What is SDG? How many SDGs do we have? 17. Oh, that you know. Then you don't know what is SDG. Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And why are they put out? Why is SDG in existence? It is in existence because everyone should adopt all of these practices in their work, including institutions like us, and be a sustainable business. Now, adopting to all of the 17 items gives you a potential to become a sustainable business, including institutions like us. So all of the SDGs that you look here is something that Spreco as an organization is adhering to. So these are the several operations that we do. We do a lot of IEC and awareness programs. We, in fact, work with Madras Christian College in terms of raising awareness for waste management. And we do waste audits. We have, in fact, conducted one audit for Madras Christian College and identified how much your college is generating in terms of waste. And we have given several recommendations on how you can improvise as an organization. We do customized waste management solutions. We give complete data traceability for all the waste that is coming into our facility. We also do zero waste certifications and zero waste events. If it might be of interest, we are working with the Chennai Super Kings for the past 2 years in managing the waste that is produced at the matches. So this is the factory that we have. It's called a material recovery facility, and we are very close to your college. And I'm just opening this out for you guys to come visit us anytime that you please. We are just 2.5 kilometers away from your college. So if you can identify that picture, that is a set of students from Madras Christian College, and that's your campus. So we have a lot of volunteers and interns coming to us from your social work department and from other departments as well towards understanding how waste functions and what they can do. See, we've also worked with the Indian Navy. So we have so far managed several such trucks of waste going in and out of our facility. We have been giving 23 direct jobs to people and 250 plus indirect jobs till date. We have again a small video where we are showing what the facility does, and then I'll continue. Play, please. So that's our facility that you had seen in the video. As I had mentioned the last statement, source segregation of waste is very, very important in order to make this into any product. So if you are doing source segregation of waste, then this can be brought back into the system. As we were talking about circular economy, this can be brought back into the system and made products. So what is source segregation? Yes? Biodegradable and non-biodegradable, okay. So what are we supposed to do at our houses? At our homes, at the hostel, at the college? What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to take dry waste separately, wet waste separately. And there's also a third category, which is domestic hazardous waste, which includes all your diapers, your sanitary napkins, your expired medicines. If there are syringes that you use at your houses, all of these are from the third category, which is called reject waste or domestic hazardous waste, that cannot be recycled and can go only to incineration or a landfill. So the other two categories that we talk about, dry waste and wet waste, which is precisely biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste, if properly segregated, can be brought back into several resources. So this is the product that you had seen in the video. It's called Recycling on Wheels. This is a very recent and the first in India to have a mobile recycling unit. So this unit is very compact. It can take waste and make a product and give it to you in 5 minutes. So that's the whole innovation that has gone into it. So the product is branded as Reform. All of the products that we are doing upcycling and recycling are branded as Reform. And these products they are completely 100% recycled and are completely durable, affordable, and we also are making this to be run by women. So until now, recycling has never been done by women. Recycling always is a man's business. So recycling, so women are involved in sorting, segregation, cleaning and everything, but women have never moved up that chain. So that is something that we are trying to introduce here, where recycling or product making and the benefit of that can completely go to women. So this model is so compact that women can also handle the recycling and make products out of it. So this is how it started a year back. We have been working on ideating and all of this 2 years back, and then finally last June we were able to launch this out, and now we are doing several demonstrations and pilots to various urban local bodies. So this is how this goes. So this is so compact that it can be transferred from one place to another, and products can be made in that particular location from the source where waste is getting generated. So these are the several products that can be made in that machine that we are talking about. It's called Project Row. So in Row you can make several products like these, and one primary product that we are promoting is paver blocks, which can be made out of plastic waste. We also handle a lot of coconut shells and upcycle coconut shells also, and also recycle them. So this is the thrift store that you would have seen in the video. So this store is also here very close by, and I would highly recommend people come and check it out. And we already have a lot of students from MCC coming to purchase. So this is also products that are upcycled. So if you had seen, the tailor shops or boutiques have a lot of waste that comes out, fabric waste when stitching happens. So all of those waste are taken by us, and then we upcycle those material into dog beds, into pillows, and bags as well. So we also handle denim waste. So all of the denim waste is converted into bags, bottle bags and bags, and several other products. That's all from my side about enterprise opportunity for you, and also Spreco, what we are doing and how you can benefit. And we are open to have people from your college, work with us on some projects that they want to work on. And I would highly recommend you guys think about building enterprises, because we need several people to work in several domains so that the whole system can change, because we cannot sit back and blame people that you have depleted all the resources. It's our responsibility now to take ownership in our hands, and students like you are very, very important to build all of that. So I encourage all of you guys to work towards creating businesses around circular economy, around green enterprise. So anything and everything that you can, or at least work with organizations who are sustainable. And that's one trend that people are now seeing, that people get employed to businesses which are sustainable, and that's one of the trend shift that people have started seeing. Employees look at the sustainability practices of the companies who are coming to hire them. So that's also important for you to push industries towards becoming more and more sustainable. I'm open for questions now. Any questions? Any questions from anybody? Are you guys clear? Did you learn something today? How was the session? I want answers from people who actually listened. Yes. How many of you listened? Raise your hands, please. Right, I see only hardly 10 hands. Okay, so all these 10 people, how was the session? Yes, from the back? You want to pass the mic there? Just pass it with the girls. Anybody from the gallery?
In this kind of generation, there are a lot of plastic, like people are just using many plastics actually. So this innovation was really is actually one of like kind of inspiring. And in the beginning of the session, you just asked about is anyone having an idea to start an entrepreneurship. So I'm having an idea to start an entrepreneurship like you are just started in the entrepreneurships like recycling the plastic. But from my perspective, plastics like affecting the humans' health is also. So I'm just thinking about like how we can make very cheap like kind of products which we can which doesn't affect the humans' health actually. It's like PBA free products like that kind of. So I'm having that idea. So yeah.
Wonderful. Your good name, please?
Pavitra, ma'am.
Great, Pavitra. Thank you so much for bringing this up. And great. Thank you so much, Pavitra. And I think everyone loves your question and what you're trying to do as well. So I would like to also highlight that, we are trying to figure out a solution for a problem that has already been created. And we are also trying to, wherever we go, the first thing that we establish is that waste reduction is the primary goal for waste management. When we talk about waste management, we first tell that waste reduction is important, and we always promote alternative items, just like what she is thinking of building. There are several alternatives, but as she rightly pointed, they're all expensive, and they couldn't compete with plastics in terms of the affordability. Now, if that is something that we can crack, then plastics can obviously come down in use, and single-use plastics can definitely be. So plastic as such is not a villain. Okay, so we have created a myth around plastic saying that, plastic is bad, plastic is this, that, everything. But we feel that single-use plastics was an unnecessary invention, and in single-use plastic, mismanagement is another problem. So plastic as such has given a lot of boost to several industries. One of the primary industries that benefited out of plastic is healthcare industry. All the machinery that you see in healthcare, if plastic has not been invented, all of the tests that you are going to do in healthcare will have been super expensive. Now, invention of plastic and usage in healthcare industry has brought down cost and affordability of people to access healthcare. Now, plastics for such applications, and all your automobile sector, half of your car components, if you see, come in plastic. Now, all of that has brought down the cost of such products very much. Now that's also advantage of how plastics are being used. But the problem here is why single-use plastics are a problem and why we are not managing it properly is all consumer behavior. If we change our avoidance towards plastic consumption, and if we give it to proper recycling channels, I think the problem that has been created by plastics will come down. And when we talk about plastic, it's there in your day-to-day life. You start your day with brushing your teeth, I believe. So if that you're doing, then right from there you start using plastic in your day. Until you sleep, you have everything that you consume out of plastics. Now all that is something that you'll have to do mindful changes in order to avoid plastic completely from your lifestyle. You take carry bags wherever you go you purchase meat, you purchase fish, you purchase grocery. If you can take your own container, take your own bags, this plastic of single-use nature will be completely avoided. Now, all these strategies is something that you have to do as mindful consumer. Doing source segregation at your house for all the waste is important, because when you source segregate, you can find a proper channel to dispose of the waste, and the waste will not be there on the ground lying, affecting the animals or even our life. So all of this is something at a very basic level we as people should start changing, and there's a lot of resources available online that you can read about it and make mindful changes in you. Yes, that's about it. Any other questions? Question you have?
What will be your advice for budding green entrepreneurs based on your experience? So,
as I told, I have been talking all this while about that, but one major advice would be you have to be having the right amount of grit to continue and persevere in that business so that you don't feel dejected, and find solutions which can actually solve the real problem, right? We don't want people doing researches and shelving all of their research work without knowing what is the ground problem, what is the problem faced by the ground, and find solutions which are actually applicable and scalable. So don't figure out or break your minds in finding innovations and inventions that is not going to solve the real world problem. So find solutions that will solve pain points of several real world problems so that you can easily scale up the business. So that's one advice that I would like to do. And several research and developments have been gone into multiple items, but I see a lot of projects remain at a laboratory scale. So try to use knowledges from workers who work on the ground, and then understand what the problem is. Even before you find a solution and build a startup, I would recommend you to be on the ground working and understanding what the problem is. So before Spreco, I worked for 8 years in the industry, in the waste management sector. I had worked in several organizations before I started off Spreco. So you should have one understanding of the ground reality before you get into it, so that you know the nuances of setting up and running a business. So business is not just your idea and selling that idea. There is several other components with it, right? So for understanding all of that and getting that kind of maturity, you need to be understanding the ground realities. You can also do it right after your college if that is something would you like to, but during your college days, leverage the interning opportunities, leverage your networks to understand what is the problem before you start solving the problem, right? You don't find a solution and then go down and say my solution will solve that problem, even without knowing what exactly the problem is. Anything else? Anybody? That's all? Great. I think that's it from my side. Thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that enriching and inspiring session. Your words have truly opened a new perspectives on how business can grow while caring for the environment. Now we have a short Q&A session based on the speech of ma'am. So participants and audience can answer for these questions, and you'll have a small gift, which will be given by our chief guest. Okay. The first question will be, what is ESG? Name few ESG reporting standards. Anyone from the audience can answer these questions, and you will be given a small gift. I repeat the question. What is ESG? And name few ESG reporting standards. So anyone from the audience can give me the full form of ESG? Yeah. Please raise your hands.
Environmental, social, governance.
Yeah, that's right. Can you name any few reporting standards?
GRI and also green auditing standards.
That's lovely. That's the right answer. Please put your hands together for your name, please. Sir. May I request our chief guest to give a small gift to Sai Krishna Priya from 2nd BCom PA. She'll be receiving a plantable sustainable notebook and an eco-friendly pen so that we live sustainably. Thank you, ma'am. Followed by which, we have another question. So while talking about the trends, ma'am mentioned a very particular company. So what's the name of the company which focuses on circular business model, having a warm-wear program and a core mission to save our home planet? I repeat, what's the name of the company which focuses on circular business model, having a warm-wear program and a core mission to save our home planet? It was mainly focused about thrifting. Anyone from the audience? If you do know the answer, please raise your hands. The name of the company, which is more about thrifting clothes, the second-hand ones. Okay. Yeah, from the last. Please pause on the mic to the last person who has just raised your hands. Spreco is obviously an amazing answer. And your name is?
Daisy.
Daisy from?
3rd BCom A.
3rd BCom A.
2nd BCom A.
2nd BCom A. Thank you, Daisy from 2nd BCom A. May I request my chief guest to give the small gift to Daisy? Daisy, please come and collect your gift. Okay, the actual answer was Patagonia, but still it's the gift for her efforts coming out of the crowd to answer the question. Thank you, ma'am. To express our gratitude on behalf of the organizing committee, may I now invite Ms. Kaushika B. from 3rd BCom C to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening to one and all present here. It is my immense pleasure and honor to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee for this truly enlightening conference on green entrepreneurship. First and foremost, our deepest gratitude goes to our esteemed speaker, Mrs. Krishna Priya ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Your profound insights and compelling perspectives have not only illuminated the path towards sustainable business models, but have also ignited a spark of inspiration within all of us to champion environmental responsibility in our entrepreneurial pursuits. Thank you for your valuable contribution. We extend our sincere thanks to our respected head of the department for her unwavering encouragement and support, which has been instrumental in making this event a reality. We are also incredibly grateful to our dedicated organizing committee, coordinators and volunteers. Your tireless efforts and hard work behind the scenes ensured today's events was a seamless and resounding success. To our faculty members and students, thank you for your active engagement and intellectual curiosity, which made the session truly interactive and dynamic. And to our all distinguished delegates and audience members, your presence and keen interest have added immense value to this program. As we conclude, let's carry forward the knowledge and innovative spirit shared today, nurturing a culture of research and sustainable entrepreneurship. Thank you all for making this session a memorable success.
Thank you, Ms. Kaushika. With that, we conclude this afternoon session on emerging trends in green entrepreneurship. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you in the next session, which will start shortly. I request everyone to rise up while the chief guest leaves the hall.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, students. Please take your seats. On the left side of Anderson Hall, we have a stall put up by 2 IIM for CAT preparation. We request the students to visit the stall, to have a look at it, and to have their careers advised. Thank you. Oh, okay. Students are requested to sit down. Please take your seats. Within few minutes, we'll have our next session starting right now.
I request everyone to maintain the decorum of the hall. Guest, student, myself Ananya from 2nd BCom A. Good evening everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this special gathering. On behalf of college, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. Anand Kumar. Mr. Anand Kumar, Zonal Head, Key Relationships, IIC Bank, Chennai. Sir, we are truly honored to have you with us today. There will be a Q&A session to test your active participation and winners will be rewarded. To formally welcome our chief guest, I now like to invite Ms. Lenciel P. of 2nd BCom B deliver the welcome address. Over to you, Lenciel.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Department of Commerce, it is my great privilege to extend a warm and hearty welcome to each one of you present here today. Myself, Lenciel from 2nd BCom B. We have gathered for a very meaningful session on the role of green banking in promoting sustainable development. At a time when the world is facing pressing environmental and social challenges, the banking sector plays a crucial role in shaping a greener future. Today's session will shed light on how banking can truly become a partner in building a sustainable tomorrow. It is indeed a special honor to have with us our chief guest, Mr. Anand Kumar N, Zonal Head, ICICI Bank, Chennai. Mr. Anand Kumar has over 22 years of experience in ICICI Bank with expertise in international banking, SME banking, rural, micro and agricultural banking, retail and private banking. He has made significant contribution in product management, strategy and corporate banking relationship. Currently, as the Zonal Head in Chennai, he leads key corporate ecosystem and relationship management initiatives. His deep knowledge and combined with his leadership experience makes him the perfect person to guide us in understanding the transformative role of green banking in today's economy. Academically, Mr. Anand Kumar is a commerce graduate from Madurai Kamaraj University and holds a master's in companies law and practice from Alagappa University, Karikudi. He has also undergone several senior management programs, including management concepts at IFMR Nungambakam and design thinking for leaders at ICICI Leadership Academy. We are truly privileged to have such a visionary leader among us, and I am confident that his insights will inspire all of us to think critically about how banking can be a driver of sustainable development. We eagerly look forward to listen to your insights about the topic. Once again, I extend my warm welcome to all of you with great respect. I now invite everyone to join me in welcoming our chief guest, Mr. Anand Kumar N, with a big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Lenciel, for the warm words of welcome. Now, as a token of our love and respect, I invite Dr. Anuradha to come forward and present a memento and bouquet to our esteemed guest. Please put your hands together. Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time for the most awaited moment of the program. We are privileged to hear from our chief guest, Mr. Anand Kumar. Sir, we request you to kindly share your thoughts and valuable insights with us.
Good afternoon. So I think the introduction is over, but still I moved to another position very recently in ICC itself. I am going to handle multinationals company in Tamil Nadu. It's a new development. That's the only thing which is missing in my profile. Is the slides on? Very good. Just a second, I'll open in my laptop also. Thank you. So, in my presentation, it will not be more academic, more of my experience, and this PPT is made by me. I have not taken any expert help in this. I try to find out our ESG report, ICICI Bank ESG report, and I also tried to find it out some of the other bank ESG report to prepare this presentation. So let's see how it will be academically useful to you, but I'll try to cover as much as possible. Why green banking? That's, I think, in the last session also, Madam has covered what is why green, or why we want to look at environment as a very important item in the global warming situation. So, but still on the banking side, banks play a very significant role in environmental protection, specifically because majority of the commercial units look at bank for funding, look at bank for their transactions. So the bank can play a significant role in environmental protection. And it can also plays a role in maintaining kind of an environmental understanding before they do any business. Policymakers around the world are scaling up in terms of tackling the urgent threat and growing impact of climate change. I think in the last session also it was covered. The Paris Agreement of 2015 and the UN Sustainable Development Goals are important outcome of these recent efforts. Meeting ambitious goals of these multinational commitments will require an unprecedented mobilization of both public and private sources of finance for green and sustainable lending and investments. So one of the learning in this is, of course, the Paris Accord, which is actually the main reason for every industry to focus on sustainable development. And banking, of course, in the fulcrum of the entire economy, it is very important. Banks also started investing, not only investing, creating awareness, ensuring their customers are adopting green practices. So that is why green banking. What is the definition? Definition is a very simple definition. Green banking is the process of promoting environmentally sustainable practices in the banking sector by reducing resource consumption. Banks, you all know that we consume a lot of papers, documents. You know that checkbooks, starting from checkbook, account opening forms, KYC document, bank statement, so many papers we consume. Obviously, water and other power utilities which we use. So the objective of green banking is to reduce all those cyclical waste. Funding eco-friendly, one is you reduce the consumption. Another one is fund eco-friendly and socially responsible projects. So when I say fund eco-friendly and socially responsible projects, we give incentives, we give lesser interest rate, we actually give additional loan facilities for renewable energy recyclable projects, right? So that is how we can actually encourage funding eco-friendly and social responsible projects. Encouraging customers to adopt green practices. So when I say encourage, how to encourage? Mobile applications, internet banking, e-statements. So those kind of things which will resolve in terms of paper utilization and energy utilization. So these are all the green banking practices which we want to implement in the banking sector. Objectives, as I said, reduce carbon footprint by consuming less in all the energy side. Encourage renewable energy, create awareness about sustainability, promote paperless digital, which of course we covered. The right side of the slide, if you can see, the carbon emissions by large banks across the world, right? Majority of them are Chinese because they are the top 5 banks in the world, so obviously their numbers are there. The CO2 emissions by banks is listed by the banking communication company. They actually able to get this data through ESG and other data. None of the Indian banks are there. The reason is we have multiple banks, not like China or other worlds. We have multiple banks, so if we see, we will also be in the top list. Examples of green banking practices: online mobile banking. We all know that it reduces paper, it reduces fuel consumption, specifically in terms of no generators, electricity. If we allow the customers to use more and more mobile and encourage the customers to use mobile, it helps in terms of reducing the greenhouse gas. Green loans, as I said, solar panels, EVs, electrical vehicles, energy efficient homes, affordable homes. So those are all green loans we call. Green credit cards, specifically if you use your spend or you use your credit card for green spending, then you get more rewards, or eco-friendly spending, then you get more rewards, right? Paperless transaction, as I said, e-statements, online forms, right? Green buildings, as I said, it is eco-friendly bank branches, specifically in ICICI, because I represent ICICI, we have green branches where the consumption of electricity is low, lot of energy utilization is limited, and we have more of digital solutions instead of paper-based solutions. We also into CSR activities related to our ESG. Tree plantations, waste management is part of our ESG goal. What is the benefit? Of course, environmental protection. Cost reduction is another major reason why we want to focus more into green banking, because customers are encouraged to go for more mobile-based applications or internet-based applications. The cost for the bank or transaction cost per transaction is actually gone down substantially. Better brand reputation. Obviously, ESG reporting is part of the reporting. In the earlier presentation, we heard what are all the reporting which we have to do it. And every corporate, every listed corporate, they're supposed to go for a ESG reporting, and they have to clearly say what is the goal and where are they in terms of each of those goals. Attract more eco-conscious customers. So a lot of them are very keen in looking at which institution or which bank is focusing into these eco-friendly activities. So they want to bank with those institution which is actually supporting eco-friendly activities. One of the major benefits is long-term sustainable growth. So this slide actually speaks about how Digital India helps green banking. We know that the population is 144 crores. Aadhaar is around 136 crores of people are having Aadhaar. 120 crores people use internet. Mobile is owned by 114 crores. E-com is used by 80 crores. When I say e-com, what are all e-com? I think the last presentation, somebody, the madam asked how many are listening. So I don't want to be very, very boring. So if we can answer some of the question, what is e-com? Amazon, Flipkart and all this are e-com. So around 80 crores people use e-com. Smartphones, out of that mobile 114 crores, 65 crores people use smartphone. So by having all this stuff, what happens is A lot of people invest in digital routes like DMAT they use instead of going for a physical route of investments. 16.2 crores of population is having a DMAT account in India. 19 crore customers invest in mutual funds. 30 crore transaction happens every day in UPI. 9.3 crores is actually that e-Sanjeevani, which is actually more of a solution which the government is actually giving for the citizens, right? So the India is becoming more and more digital, and it helps in terms of the bank to work on green banking using the digital development. What the government is doing to encourage green banking, both the government and Reserve Bank of India, RBI and Indian government are driving green banking through various initiatives like green bonds to fund sustainable projects, green deposits. Basically, the framework is released by Reserve Bank of India for the banks to set up a green deposit, and integrating sustainability into the private sector lending, priority sector lending. So, if you can click the data aggregator button, so I just want to take this data aggregator button in the left top. Then, right. So this is a very new development which I thought I will cover it up unless if you already heard about it. RBI has come up with a new framework wherein there are specialized data aggregators. They help the banks in terms of pulling the bank statement of other customers, and you don't need to submit your bank statement for availing loans, right? These data aggregators are platforms available to the bank. For example, I'm working in ICICI, I'm meeting you as a customer. Your bank account is in some other bank. Normally, the customers are asked to take a 6-month statement or a 12-month statement. Going forward, it is not required. The data aggregator will pull the data for the bank, and then financial information provider who is actually having the bank account, FBIs we call, financial information user who is a person who is going to use a bank which is going to use that statement or the transaction for sanctioning a facility for any other purpose. So each of these DPIs, FIBs and FIUs are having responsibilities, and they are all having separate rules in terms of how the data can be used and how that data can be shared. How would it be useful for green banking? As I said, the sanctions of facilities or transactions passing through banks, it becomes fully digital and there is no document required. Various services we are able to provide even to rural population and the farmers and the other priority sector lending segment, fully digital instead of looking at documents. As I said, because we are covering priority sector, farmers and other steps, it also helps us in terms of financial inclusion. Who are all the data aggregators? These are all the names. Around 9 names are there. One of the famous name is CAMS. CAMS is part of Chennai-based corporate. So these corporates or these data aggregators provide this information to the bank. It is bank to bank. It is not for the third parties as of now, but the government is actually looking at using this information for multiple other things. For example, tomorrow you are going for a mobile service application. The data aggregator can help you in terms of finding whether this person is actually having a financial soundness before the mobile is actually given, right? But as of now, it is only for bank. As I said, bank started advertising like anytime, any place, you can go for a loan without even you meeting a relationship manager. Bank started advertising saying in 5 seconds you can get your loan, right? You don't need to get into a branch or you don't need a relationship manager to sanction a facility, right? So all this are possible because of the data aggregator. If you can go back to that slide, please, it is in the right corner. Right, so that's about the data aggregator. Very, very important point. In case if it is not part of your educational curriculum, just look at and study it. It is very, very important point. It is going to change the entire banking system in terms of processing loans. It is going to change the entire, the e-commerce segment in terms of they also giving any facilities to their customers, right? So, as I said, green bond. The green bond is nothing but a long-term source for the bank, which can actually sanction facilities using the green bond fund source. Green deposit, again, it can be used for green energy financing. Priority sector, I just specifically mentioned. Sustainable finance framework, it is again, RBI has clearly said each of the banks in India need to have a sustainable financial framework, and it should be part of the annual audited report. NGFS membership is very critical framework in RBI, which is nothing but a network of greening the financial system. It is actually a membership worldwide. The banks are instructed and directed to have a membership in this particular forum, NGFS. That NGFS actually creates rules and regulations, guidelines for the bank across the world, so that it is not only in India or in China or in America, and all the places the banks are following the same practices. The best practices of each of the bank is shared in this particular forum. This best practices is again replicated in the respective geographies. Next. So what we do, of course, in India, I just took out only 3 very important names. Why these 3 names? These 3 banks are considered as domestically important bank. Domestically, systematically very important banks for our economy, SBI, ICICI and HDFC. So each of us is actually encouraging green channel counters in the bank. We have solar powered ATMs. We have paperless banking, which is nothing but digital, right? In worldwide, of course, all the banks are very, very keen in implementing their green banking rules and regulations. Next slide. So I've given a list of key initiatives by each of the bank, but I thought it'll be multiple slides, so I just took out only State Bank of India's green banking initiative. This I took it from their ESG report. Some of the key pointers, like for example, UNO 2.0, which is actually a mobile banking application for SBI, very, very famous, and it is fully, every advertisement of SBI you will see UNO 2.0 as a theme, right? So they've gone ahead, 388 rainwater harvesting systems. They have more than 1.74 crore units of green power they produced. So this is list, I don't want to just read it, if you can actually read it. So this is part of their ESG goals and ESG reporting. This is about ICICI. The bank has worked 53 forest reserves, right? And basically in our CSR, right, we actually donated for this forest reserves. In the physical 2024, 29 forest sites totaling more than 5 lakh square feet will be IGBC certified. So this certification is again green certification, right? In terms of solar power, our utilization on our total energy utilization around 9% in 23, and we want to go to 35%. We spoke about ESG goals. One of the goals of the ICICI Bank is go to 35% of renewable energy utilization in the next 6 years. Bank offered paperless services. As I said, for export-import financing, we have a digital solution called eDocs. For all the disbursement documentation, we have an iDoc digital solutions. For export-import, again, for regulatory reporting, we have a eSoftex, which is actually a solution which give it to export-import companies. iMobile Pay, which is actually an award-winning mobile application by ICICI Bank. It has 4.9% 9-star score in both iOS as well as Android applications. InstaBiz, which is again another digital solution which bank is offering for business community and specifically small medium enterprises. Again, specifically FY25 green initiatives by ICICI, planted around 49 lakh trees, water harvesting in which is potential of around 3,000 plus crores of liters. Cancer Care Hospital, which is one of our Tata Memorial, we've actually given 1,800 crores donation to Tata Memorial to set up a separate new cancer care facilities. Renewable energy, as I said, we have 9% of our entire utilization is through renewable energy. We want to go to 35. Paper saving around 2.96 crores of A4 sized paper. We saved it because we went to more digital. Sustainable financing, our portfolio has grown from 68,000 crores in 24 to 90,000 crores in March 25. So close to 30% increase in our green financing under the green banking framework. Lives impacted because of all these efforts. We feel we be able to impact around 1.89 crores of peoples across the country. So, in a nutshell, digital account opening. So another thing is when you go to a bank, they give a form, right? And you have to submit your KYC document. You have to sign so many papers. We have a do-it-yourself option available in internet. If anybody works in large top corporate, without submitting any papers, they can open the account, and without any RM, relationship managers actually need a help. They themselves can open it. E-statement and WhatsApp banking. WhatsApp banking is in one of the very prominent banking solution which we gave it. Mobile internet banking we covered. Aadhaar-based e-sign. So you don't need to sign through Aadhaar-based OTP. You can actually e-sign any documents with the bank. Trade online, which is again LCs, bank guarantees, trade funding, everything can be done through digital source. FX online, again foreign currencies, can be transacted through FX online model. That's about ICICI Bank green initiatives. In conclusion, what is green banking? It is nothing but sustainable banking plus digital banking plus eco-friendly financing. So I think I'm able to cover all these three. What as a bank, we do it inside our bank in terms of renewable energy, inside our bank in terms of ensuring that green branches are there, and in digital banking, what all the options or what all the solutions which we give it. Eco-friendly financing, I covered 60,000 crores, has gone to 90,000 crores in 2015. Some of the key numbers are there for State Bank of India and ICICI Bank. That's it from my side. Any questions? If there is no question, I'll stop. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring and enlightening words. Now let's have a Q&A session. I'll ask you questions and the correct answers will be rewarded. So the first question is, around how many people in India use e-com? Yes, please. $80 what? Specify.
80 crore.
Correct answer. The second question is, name some key RBI initiatives related to sustainability. Any one or two? I'll repeat the question. Name some key RBI initiatives related to sustainability. Last. Yes, correct answer. I request the students who gave the correct answers to come up. I request our chief guest to present the students. It is a plantable notebook with an eco-friendly pen. Sadhana Helen, 2nd BCom. Ritish. This gift is given to you with the note to you that you will be fruitful and multiply. Now to express our gratitude formally, I would like to invite Ms. Jelen Angel J of 3rd BCom PA to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening to everyone gathered here. On behalf of the organizing committee, it is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks for conference on sustainable commerce and green strategies for a resilient future. First and foremost, our sincere gratitude to Mr. Anand Kumar, Zonal Head, Key Relationships, ICICI Bank Chennai, for his enlightening address on the role of green banking in promoting sustainable development. Your valuable insights have truly enriched this conference, sir. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to our head of the department, Dr. Nirmala Mohan ma'am, our esteemed faculty members, and the management for their constant support and encouragement in making this conference possible. A warm thanks to all our dignitaries and guests who graced this day with their presence and inspiring words. Your support motivates us to strive higher. A big round of appreciation to the organizing team, student coordinators, volunteers, and technical crew. Your dedication and effort behind the scenes turn this vision into reality. And finally, to everyone present here, your energy and enthusiasm made this event a grand success. Let us carry this excitement and spirit forward as we step into the coming days of celebration, creativity, and unity. Thank you all and have a wonderful evening.
With that, we come to the conclusion of today's program. On behalf of the organizing team, I thank each and every one of you and yours presence and participation. Thank you and have a wonderful evening. Please join us for the refreshments. Refreshments will be provided in the left side of the Anderson Hall. Please dispose the waste in the dustbin. Attendance will be taken by the class mentors. Tomorrow, reporting time for students is 9:30 a.m. Collect your Insignia t-shirts from your forum reps in the department. I request the committee members and forum reps to stay back for a photograph. Kindly stay. Hey, Kindly stay back till the chief guest leaves. Kindly stay back. Kindly stay back until the chief guest. Kindly stay back until the chief guest leaves. Students, please kindly stay back until the chief guest leaves.
பேசிட்டேன்டா அவன் பேசன்னு சொல்கிறேன் ஜோஷா சார்ட்ட பேசினான் பேசன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காரு நான் ஜோஷா சார்ட்ட அவன் வெயிட் பண்ண மாட்டேன் அவன் ஃபோனில் சீக்கிரம் ஏய் சார்
Mahesh.
All of them comment together. That's not very much. வந்துச்சு பத்தியா
ஏய் வந்து போற நான் கூப்பிடுங்க அவன் கிளம்புறேன் நான் மகேஷ் என்ன ஃபோன் என்ன பாத்து
கால் தான் நான் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன்
என்ன பண்ணும் என்ன
ஆன்லைன் கம்பெனி யாரா இருக்கு நம்ம 4 பேர் தான் இருக்கோம்